Premier League football is back after the international break. I'm here at the Emirates Stadium to see how Arsenal will get on against Nottingham Forest. Join me on a lap of the stadium and we'll preview the fixture. One bow, just like that, we are back in North London. That international break yet again took an absolute age, but finally Premier League football is back on the menu and we will see it into the new year without any more breaks. What a time to be alive. It is game week 12 and that can mean only one thing. Arsenal are back in the Emirates Stadium and this time they take on the very much in form Nottingham Forest. Who would have thought that? I think I might have said before, one of my best friends is a Nottingham Forest fan living up in Nottingham, and actually, say it quietly for any fans sat around me in Turnstile P, but he's coming to the game with me tomorrow. We know that 12 games into the season is when you need to start accumulating points, and I think we don't quite have enough at the moment, do we? Arsenal find themselves in a Champions League position, but the worst one, 4th place, with 19 points from their opening 11 fixtures. In truth, it's a pretty poor points return, but that doesn't tell the full story. We know that the fixtures have been just ridiculously hard, and what we have between now and the end of the year are 7 fixtures to take up to 18 games played to really transform our season and kick on at a time when Man City are struggling. Whenever you come to the Emirates, you always feel like you're going to get the 3 points. And although they've been on form, I kind of expect Arsenal to beat Nottingham Forest. Will it be easy? Absolutely not. They will be buzzing and very gutted, I think, to have had that international break. But for Arsenal, it is turnaround time. This is when we can do that kind of juggernaut performance that you've seen from Arsenal and Man City over the last 2 or 3 seasons. In fact, probably could include Liverpool in that, except for last season. Oh, between you and me, it is absolutely biting outside at the moment. I might be in shorts and flip-flops, which is somewhat of a mistake. But I think top half is very cold as well. I don't think I'm enjoying being outside, if I'm honest. The big thing on any Arsenal preview is always about the injuries. There's been a weird narrative during the international break and just before it that our injury crisis wasn't a crisis, and there's a lot of articles floating about how many players are injured, for what period of time, etc. But the fact of the matter is, Arsenal have had injury crises points. We've had midfielders with red cards out and injuries, meaning Ødegaard, Marino and Rice have all been out at the same time. That could exist as the midfield for the weekend. Equally, in our defence, pretty much anyone who can play left back or right back seems to constantly get injured. And the big news coming out of this international break was Ben White had surgery on an injury he's been carrying all season. But, touch wood, I think we've got everybody back fit for this game. And when I say everybody, I'm including Riccardo Calafiori on that. It's gone incredibly quiet on his inclusion within the squad, but I know that he's training, and I really feel we're going to see him. But does he start? If Ben White is back and Jurriën Timber is back, who's our left back? I'm still a bit confused. There's even talk of the OG cold man with his Tesco bag in hand. Kieran Tierney is back in full training. And as a resident Scotland fan, yes, I know I have an English accent, I'm super excited to see if Tierney can forge his way back into this squad. He doesn't really deserve a place there, I guess. But you never know, sometimes the biggest players surprise you. So what's needed this time around in game week 12? Well, firstly, 3 points. It's an absolute non-negotiable if they still exist in Mikel Arteta's world, but Arsenal need to go on a little winning streak. Liverpool's lead is superbly impressive. They've just put away points like nobody's business. 28 from 33 in Arne Slot's first season. Unbelievable. This is the Man City wobble time though, and this is where Arsenal need to slowly get some momentum back into this title race. Coming up, I think next weekend, is Liverpool against City. For once, I think I might want City to win. In order to get these 3 points that Arsenal need though, the handbrake is going to need to come off. I think we need some attacking prowess, better build-up play, quicker transition, taking the ball on the turn from defence to attack. And if you asked anyone how you do that, well, it's play Martin Ødegaard. He is back and I'm excited. Fortunately for all Arsenal fans out there, Norway decided not to play him in their fixtures, which I guess proved to be an okay thing. They qualified for League A in the Nations League. Congratulations to any Norway fans out there. But Ødegaard being back really does unlock how our attack plays. We all love seeing Bukayo Saka put the ball in the back of the net, but what we love more is Ødegaard playing pinpoint precise passes to anybody so they can do the same. Havertz has looked a different player without him. Saka has looked a bit too dependable on him. Martinelli is trying to stretch things but hasn't quite made it his own yet. And I think just getting Ødegaard on the ball all day, every day, it makes Declan Rice look good, it makes Thomas Partey look good. I love to see him in this side. I hope he's fully fit, and let's go on a little run of form and test how he does. His comeback just before the international break was second to none. He slotted straight back in. He had the assist for the Martinelli goal against Chelsea. What a goal that was, by the way. And I feel if we can get this handbrake off, the fixtures we've got kind of look a bit more favourable for this Christmas running period. You might see the Arsenal fans really get behind the team again. It's felt a bit stuttered for a while. I think on Saturday it's just going to be fun. I think Nottingham Forest will turn up with a good setup. What Nuno Espirito Santo has managed to do there is impressive, but I can't get away from the feeling that it's just Nottingham Forest. Now, let me explain that a little bit. I'm not having a dig at Forest fans. I think their season's been fantastic, and I personally am very happy about it. But I remember back in the summer, I went on my friend's stag do, and we were up in we're up in Manchester, but it was the game of the season where Nottingham Forest needed to stay up. And that's very much where they were as a club. They were really struggling all of last season, and I don't really know how much has changed this season other than the ball's just been going in the back of the net. Chris Wood is an absolutely reborn striker and potentially getting himself into the all-time Premier League kind of elite list in a weird Danny Welbeck wonder season kind of way. I think he's got more goals than Haaland. Probably says it all, doesn't it? But other than just a very strong togetherness, a bit of momentum and getting some results, I don't think Forest are the kind of side that Arsenal should be worried about. That's not to underplay that anyone can win any game, because that's obviously how it is. But if Arsenal really want to be in that Champions League position and want to be contending for the title, you kind of got to put away these home fixtures. So I think we'll do it. I feel okay about it. That handbrake does need to come off. There needs to be a much quicker way of attacking. It seems that teams have started finding us out, which isn't great. And maybe that's what comes when you've been successful and you get scouted a bit more than being the surprise package. But Arsenal need to get back into that role of accumulating high points quite quickly. Before you know it, we could get ourselves to December with 3, 4, 5 wins in a row, and it puts us squarely back in that kind of top of the table chat again. There was a fantastic article about how much Arsenal put back into the local community, financially this is, in the economy. I think it was around £650 million in the 22-23 season. And my personal observation living outside the stadium is that cost has probably gone up even higher of the money going back in. And as I walk around this stadium, I've got nothing but pride for all the little shops I see in between, the fans that come to watch, the initiatives that are out there to help people get out of their homes and start moving around. All of it sponsored by Arsenal in the community. And I wanted to take a second to just say, if you do live near your local football stadium, please do share stories of how much they've done in your local community. Because for me as an Arsenal fan, living literally right outside the stadium, I'm about 100 metres from it, it's truly inspirational to see how Premier League clubs are able to transform the different pockets of the country that they live in. So a big shout out to everyone at Arsenal. They support a lot of what my family do, which is fantastic, both within schools, outside of schools, and even my wife actually now plays for one of their community teams, which is fantastic. So thank you, Arsenal. As for my predictions heading into the Saturday fixture, I think Arsenal are back in clean sheet territory. I feel if the defence is set, it's hard to score. Gabriel and Saliba need to form that partnership again, and the outlets from left and right back need to be so much quicker. Hopefully Ødegaard helps that. And Marino having a little bit of extra time off, being able to study things. I think he'll come very good very soon. I think it's going to be Arsenal 2, Nottingham Forest 0. I think Forest have also been quite hard to break down and has shown up in the big games, but it might be one game too far for them. I feel this is the start of an Arsenal run-in, and so I'm going to go Arsenal 2, Nottingham Forest 0, 3 points closer to winning that title. We hit a huge milestone on the channel last week actually, so we now have 100 subscribers. So to all 100 of you, and a little bit more, it's kind of gone up. Thank you ever so much. We're a small local channel trying to share some Premier League joy so you can enjoy your weekends. You can find my videos here on YouTube. Please do subscribe, like, and leave a cheeky comment. You can also see my videos on TikTok in the link below. But for now, wherever you're supporting your club this week, wherever you're enjoying Premier League football, do enjoy yourself. Be good humans, do good things. Peace.